I just got my license at the age of 20, and I know what you're thinking. That is a little old to get a license, but I got it. Anyways, it wasn't easy getting my license. In order to get my license, I needed to know how to drive, and that's pretty hard to do if you don't know how to drive. Because there's so many rules that you don't know until you finally go out there and look at what you're doing. Like, don't drive too fast, don't drive too slow, don't brake check people, don't turn left at a red light. Also, the road turns invisible, or like just a water appears in the road. It's a real thing, it's a real thing. Look it up. I know, when I first saw it, I was really confused. Like, I was just driving and then all of a sudden, there was a giant puddle of water ahead of me on this hot summer day. And when I approached it, it disappeared. What just happened? There was a puddle here a second ago. It's not here. I was super concerned and I didn't know what happened, and I told my mom about it and she didn't know what it was either, so I was just there with this knowledge in my head that made me confused. So I decided to look it up, and it turns out it's a real thing. I'm not alone. It's called a mirage. You know that thing? Like when you're in the desert and then you see water up ahead, but there's no water there? It happens on the road too, when it's hot outside. I see it sometimes and I'm like, okay, I know what it is now, but it still looks like water. It was very interesting to figure that out. Anyways, you need to learn all these little things and you need someone to teach you, because if not, that wouldn't be great if you didn't know that. I mean, there are some dangerous drivers on the road, which is really dangerous. So you gotta watch out for them. And then there's some people that do things by accident. I remember one time while I was on the road, I saw this car driving into oncoming traffic while there was a red light, and I was just looking at it like, why? Why is this happening? That could cause a crash. And then all of a sudden I see a guy running behind the car. And then all of a sudden it clicked. I don't think there's anyone driving that car right now. I think this guy just lost his car and needs to go after it. And I remember seeing cars moving out of the way so that they wouldn't get hit by this solo driving car. And the guy was just running behind the car. And guess what happened? Drum roll. That didn't sound that much like a drum roll. Anyways, he caught up to the car and he got in and everybody was fine. And surprisingly, there was not a single crash from this. If my memory is correct, there was not a crash. So it worked out. But it must have been really scary for him and all the other cars. I wonder how that happened. Anyways, the road can be a dangerous place, but you shouldn't be afraid of the road. Just be careful and have somebody who knows how to drive teach you how to drive when it's time to drive. If that makes sense. Anyways, if you like this video, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more. See ya!